Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another audio abortion that we like to call the No Holds Barred Podcast.
Wow. You went there.
I went for it.
You went and killed our ninth son or daughter, didn't you?
Wait, hang on. Our ninth son or daughter.
The No Holds Barred son or daughter.
Oh yeah, I suppose this would be our ninth child, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've been through so much, sir.
I know it's growing up so fast.
Grow up so fast.
Soon we're going to take the training wheels off. Go to college.
Trade school.
Yeah, can't afford that shit.
Can't afford it. And let's face it, a genetic combination of you and I is probably not making it through college. I barely made it through on my own.
No, I hate school.
Well, there you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is episode number 9 of the No Holds Barred Podcast. I'm, of course, Justin.
Yeah, and I'm Nick.
But you already knew who both of us was.
Of course.
We're popular suckers.
And you listen to every podcast.
Every single one.
Every one. Every single minute, you're like, oh, vibrating my eardrums with awesomeness.
Exactly. So, yes, this is episode number 9. We have a jam-packed episode for you today. Of course, as is customary at the beginning of every episode of the No Holds Barred Podcast, we are going to crack a beer.
Justin, of course, is rocking a Bud Lime,
which I hit the microphone with.
But this time, instead of a can, he's got a bottle. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Awesomeness. I myself, of course, as always, rocking a Budweiser, regular, original, and in a can.
You have no idea how tasty that is. Oh, yes.
Oh.
Just some great stuff.
Oh yeah.
Budweiser's going to have to start sponsoring this cocksucker soon because I've consumed more Budweiser product just through doing this podcast than I have probably through my whole life.
Oh yeah. It is a good beer.
It's a good beer. It's good stuff.
They do make some good product.
Good call. So again, as we mentioned, we have a bit of a jam-packed episode here like we usually do. We wanted to start off by doing what we do best, which is self-promote. We started our wrestling podcast. Our first wrestling podcast went live, I believe, Thursday evening.
Yeah.
As we mentioned on that podcast, that is a YouTube exclusive podcast. We're not going to be providing it anywhere else.
Just because we've had a little bit of trouble
trying to just keep this podcast afloat, much less a second one. And we'll be going into that in a little bit. But honestly, you really need to check out our wrestling podcast. It went a little longer than the normal. We went, I think, almost an hour and 25 minutes.
But premiere podcast, I mean,
exactly. We both have to overcompensate because our dicks are very small. So we have to overcompensate on our podcast. And I noticed how Nick didn't disagree. He just kind of chuckled knowingly.
Whatever.
It is what it is,
it's
ladies.
Colder in the winter.
Significant shrinkage. So, yeah, I mean, the wrestling podcast, we had so much fun doing it. Going to be doing it again. The next episode, I believe, is probably going to be on Tuesday. Not tomorrow Tuesday, but week after.
Tuesday, yeah. I think... like earlier in the week.
Yeah, exactly. So probably shoot for something like Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, incorporate the raw results.
Yeah, exactly. And we should likely have on the 2 guests that we were going to have
hoping.
With the premiere episode, which got screwed up because I got sick. But, so we should be doing that. And just please tune in and check that out because we have so much fun doing it, and especially if you're a wrestling fan. I pimped it to a guy on YouTube who does really popular wrestling vlogs. I mentioned it to you.
Yeah.
Daleks Man. And he was gracious enough to allow us to post that as a video response to his most recent video, which is nice. I think that's generated some views for us.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll be goodly enough to allow us to keep doing that, and then we'll be all set. We'll be floating in the YouTube viewers.
Woo.
It's exactly what we want.
Oh yes.
So in addition to having the wrestling podcast going now, as you guys know, if you've been paying attention to the podcast, we started hosting the audio files on PodOmatic.
Right.
When we originally started up. If you know anything about PodOmatic has size limits on free accounts because honestly, we don't pay for hosting and everything like that. So eventually we were going to run out of room. Well, sadly, room has run out. And
we have enough for what, 3/4 of a podcast?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we have enough. Yeah, I think we have enough for like 2/3 of a podcast or something like that.
Yeah.
We certainly don't have enough for the full hour. So our podcast account has run out. So basically we're thinking, okay, what do? We could pay PodOmatic for more space, but frig that noise.
Yeah.
Or we could try to host the audio files somewhere else. But if we do that, we're going to have to start up a whole new YouTube feed, or not YouTube feed, iTunes feed. Right. Because the old one is associated with the PodOmatic account and blah, 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 blah. A lovely but sorted affair. So the long and short of it was basically all day yesterday and the day before really, we were batting back and forth. What the hell are we going to do to sort of keep ourselves afloat? Like the YouTube channel is not going anywhere.
Oh God, no.
The YouTube channel will always be there, and we don't have size limits on it. But as far as hosting the actual audio files and keeping us on iTunes and everything like that, looks like it's going to be a tad bit of a struggle. So basically what happened was, again, we figured out that PodOmatic had size limits. So we're like, okay, what do we need to do to stay on iTunes? And basically what you need to do to stay on iTunes is iTunes has to accept and carry your RSS feed.
Yeah.
Which is .xml
files,
which are complicated as balls, apparently. And this,
I hate that coding so much.
I basically just laid the whole thing on Nick because I was like, if I'm going to have to be the one to learn how to do the RSS file, we're going to be fucked because I'll be doing that for a month. So Nick's been frantically trying to learn RSS to try to get this thing going. And in the meantime, I was trying to find hosting for us to actually host the audio files. And we went back and forth through a bunch of different hosting servers, basically. And, I don't mind calling them out because a bunch of them were just total ass.
Yeah, a little bit.
We started with archive.org because that's what I had used on a previous podcast. We did one episode and we hosted it on archive.org, and then he did an RSS feed through to iTunes, and it worked, and it's still there, and it's still active. So I was like, okay, cool, archive.org. So I uploaded the first episode, and then I thought I saw something about we're only free for 30 days. And I was like, well, shit, that's no better than PodOmatic then. Yeah. So we're kind of screwed. So I was like, okay, well, time to go searching, time to go looking for somebody and somewhere else. So then we moved to a service called A Drive, and A Drive was promising us 50 gigs of space.
Drive was kind of a cloud drive.
Yeah, something like that. And it was like a totally free account, 50 gigs worth of space. I was like,
which I told you from the start, 50 gigs is kind of too good to be true.
Yeah, it did definitely feel too good to be true, but I was like, Nick, stop being a cynical asshole. So turns out Nick was right. Because it was 50 gigs, but you can only share files for about 2 weeks. And then the files go to an unshared state. And then you can share them again, but it changes the URL. Which for the RSS feed is no good, because then you'd be changing the URLs in the RSS feed every 2 weeks.
And that's something Nick doesn't want to do.
It's definitely something that Nick does not want to do, completely understandably. And then you signed up for a service called ByteHost.
I did.
Or ByteHost, or however the hell you pronounce that.
I think it's ByteHost.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about that. Like, how did you find that, and what was it offering, and all that jazz?
ByteHost was offering 5 gigs free. Basically, I was looking at it before you came back and said that you read archive.org wrong.
Right.
And we went back to that.
Yeah, fair enough. But ByteHost was really weird because it was, most of it looked like it was like originally written in Dutch or something, and it gives you a login spot, and you try to log in, but then it just takes you to another login page, and you have to try to log in again, and it would never let you log in, and it's just like, what in the blue fuck is this?
It
what
was
voodoo
sketchy.
magic is this?
It was sketchy.
Next, it's going to ask you for credit card number, social insurance, and a hair sample.
What, you didn't send it the hair sample?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Okay.
No, but so ByteHost ended up being sketchy, to say the least. And then I realized that I was an idiot and misread stuff from archive.org. So archive.org does offer you free, unlimited hosting. Again, completely free. They ask for donations or stuff like that. But like, if you have anything that you need stored, just go on archive.org because it's fantastic. As a matter of fact, on archive.org, I found archived, cached copies of old websites that we did in high school.
Oh, really?
I found the car.web 1000.
You found that?
Yes.
Is everything there?
No, like the pictures and stuff is broken and everything like that. Yeah, and sadly, because like when I brought it up, I was like, oh my God. In case you guys don't remember, harken back to our very first podcast when we talked about the car website. But like I could see like the actual like the text and everything there, but the pictures and everything was broken. Oh no! If the pictures wouldn't have been broken, I'd have been saving like a motherfucker.
That's
There was no joy in Whoville. Fearless leader had struck out. So we've kind of gone back to archive.org, and now all the old episodes are hosted on archive.org. But then when I gave you all the links for them, iTunes came back with something weird.
iTunes did come back with something weird, and I found out that it's not archive.org that's causing the problem. It's actually, right now we don't have a website.
Right.
We just had the archive. So
yeah, we don't have anything to host the RSS feed.
So the only thing that I could really think of is throw it up on an old website. So I threw it up on Let Me Do It.
Right, which is an old Angel Fire site,
Which is an old Angel Fire site.
Angel Fire, where teenagers make websites all day, every day.
It's basically true.
Pretty much.
So at first I did everything with the archive.org addresses. I put it up. iTunes came back with something on the lines of your feed could not be processed as the site does not have byte range enabled or something like that. So I said, okay,
fuck you.
I'll just change the links back to PodOmatic because I know the links on PodOmatic work.
Right.
And resubmit it. Same problem.
So that of course told us that Archive wasn't the problem, but Angel Fire was the problem.
Yes. So, long story or short story long.
Yeah, basically short story long.
Yeah. You contacted a old friend.
I did.
Which you did a podcast with before.
Yeah, the one that I had mentioned before, and I asked him where he hosted the RSS feed because again, like I said, he had it up. And it was working, and it was still on iTunes. I checked for it today. So it was still there. So I said, where did you host the RSS feed? And he wasn't 100% sure where he had hosted it, but he thought it was on a website called FeedBurner.
Yep.
Not Feetburner, as you sent me on Facebook Messenger.
I know,
like,
but I had a little chuckle with that.
Like, it's not a fetish site, sir. It's a...
I did
this
check.
Smells so good.
I did check that out.
Okay.
But I think it's for individual, there's only one spot for a URL.
Okay.
So I might think it's just for an individual, podcast.
I see. So the long and short of this story, folks, is that if you are subscribed to us on iTunes, right now all you can access are our first 8 episodes because our PodOmatic feed is not going to be able to let us put up our 9th one. So as of right now,
well, do you want to take off number 1 and throw up number 9?
It's possible that we could do that, or we might just hold off and just start a new iTunes stream altogether. And because I don't know exactly how many subscribers we have on iTunes.
I have no idea.
Okay. I don't even know how to check it.
Neither do I.
Wicked. But like the only person that's actually come forward and said they listened to our podcast on iTunes was Masked Tweeter. But Masked Tweeter is also subscribed to the YouTube page. So I'm not overly worried about it right now. But what we may end up doing is we may end up starting a whole new iTunes altogether once we get the RSS junk figured out. Yeah. Basically, this audio file is going to be hosted on archive.org, and I will put the link. If you're watching us on YouTube, the link will be in the description to direct download and to listen to this. We may end up, I don't know, maybe hosting the RSS feed on a blog or just hosting it somewhere that's going to let us do it and let us be able to constantly edit it.
I think a blog would be good.
Blog's
something
probably
with,
a smart idea.
I was searching around and they said something with WordPress, which is it's kind of a blogging system.
Yeah.
It will allow RSS feeds.
Cool. Sounds good. So that's probably what we'll end up doing, and again, continue to host the files on Archive, and we'll get it worked out for you. And as soon as we have the iTunes thing up and running, we'll put a special announcement on the YouTube page in its own video, and just be like, "This is our iTunes. Subscribe to that bitch."
Don't you worry, we will let you know.
We are good at self-promotion, if nothing else. So that's the long and arduous tale of Nick and Justin trying to get this goddamn iTunes shit going. And
4-hour tale and the half a bottle of Sailor Jerry's.
I knew you were fucking drinking when you were trying to do this. Like, eventually it just got to a point in the conversation where I was like, he's fucking drinking, and I know he's drinking.
That's the only way I could do coding.
Well, whatever it takes, sir. So yeah, that's the long story about that, and it was fun.
Yeah, fun.
It was fun for me. Not really. So that's basically that story, and now we're gonna move on.
Okay.
We'll leave that in the past. We have basically dissolved our relationship basically with PodOmatic because we probably won't be using it anymore.
Pretty much.
And once we start the new iTunes, it just won't be there. We'll probably end up even deleting the PodOmatic account. But PodOmatic, it's been a good run. Semper Fi.
Semper what?
Semper Fi, do or die, gung ho, gung ho, gung ho. Yeah, Full Metal Jacket, motherfucker.
Full Metal. I got a story for you.
Okay.
Down in the States.
Yeah.
This involves Subway.
Yeah.
Eat
fresh.
Fresh.
Please, I had Subway for lunch today, sir. Please don't tell me
this
is going to be
I'm not
gross.
going to give you a gross story about Subway because I like Subway. But basically, a guy down in the States, he basically took a measuring tape and measured how big the bun was.
Right.
And it was only coming up with 11 inches.
Scandalous.
I know. Now, he's posted this on the internet, and ever since, it was a week ago, and ever since then, people have been trying this, and lo and behold, most of the subs are only coming up 11 inches.
Do you know why they're coming up 11 inches? Because it's 12 inches before cooking.
Yeah, it's all in how you cook the bread.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, but people are so... I mean, I've read articles on it, and people like, I'll never eat at Subway again. It's not because I'm mad. It's
the principle of the thing.
Principle of things. And I'm just like, shut up. If you were to cook bread, it's not going to turn out perfect either. So don't even give me that bullshit.
No, exactly. Yeah, that's goddamn silly. It's just like, okay, what exactly do you want Subway to do? Do you want Subway to change their whole ad campaign to, hey, come in for our 5.5 inch or 11 inch subs? Yeah. No, it's 6 inches and it's a foot long. And you know what? I've seen them cook the bread from scratch. It's a foot long before they start cooking it. Like, yes, it ends up maybe being 11 inches after it's cooked. But again, you can't market 11-inch bread.
No.
And if they start cooking the bread in 13-inch slices so that it ends up 12 inches after cooking, well, that's going to cost them more money. And quite frankly, they're not going to do that. Any way they can get away with calling it a foot-long sub is awesome. For them, anyways.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, it's all in how you cook it.
Absolutely.
I mean, they have standards, and everywhere else has standards how you cook bread.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, some of the bread, of course, was coming out 12 inches. Some of it was coming out 11 inches. It's all in how you cook it.
All I know is I'm going to be carrying around a measuring tape with me now anytime I go to Subway.
Really?
And as soon as they make the sub, I'll just be like, 1 second. Shh. I'm sorry, this is 11 3/4. I mean, I don't make the rules. But I'm a consumer watchdog. Yeah, fuck those people.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because it's just like when there's so much other important shit going on in the world, the fact that you're taking so much effort to piss and moan about the fact that your Subway sub might only be 11 inches. The bread part of it is only like 11 inches long. And it's just like, do you really want that extra inch of nothing but bread? Because like, if they cook you a 1 inch longer loaf of bread, they're not going to give you more meat or stuff like that. So basically,
God, no.
you want an extra inch of nothing but the bread. And I mean, you know, I like bread as much as the next guy, but if I go to Subway, I'm not paying for bread. I'm paying for the steak and cheese that's inside the bread. You know what I mean?
Steak and cheese.
Oh, steak and cheese is good. That's what I had for lunch today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Southwest steak and cheese, Southwest sauce, parm and oregano. You put some green peppers and lettuce on that shit. Oh,
sounds good.
That's good stuff. And actually, here's another thing. Just sort of going back to the whole like people spending way too much time bitching about inconsequential things. Kevin Smith, the filmmaker Kevin Smith, the guy that made Clerks, Clerks 2, Dogma, that stuff. He had an event scheduled for Halifax for January 26th and 27th. They run a whole podcasting network. They do a bunch of different podcasts and shit.
Oh, really?
And they were coming to Halifax for their podcast corporations, which is called Smodco. S for Smith and M for Mosier, who's his film partner. It was their 6th anniversary, so they were coming to Halifax to do like 2 full days of podcasting.
Wow.
And like selling tickets for it and shit. Like it was at the Spats Theater in Halifax. And he ended up having to cancel the event, unfortunately. And he canceled it, citing he had a last minute TV opportunity came up for him on the Sunday of this, and his daughter has he has one daughter, and his daughter's in a battle of the bands, and she's never performed in front of a huge crowd before, and he's like, you know what, this is my only kid. We didn't think she was going to make the finals, quite frankly. And
well, it makes sense.
But she did, and I was like, I'm between a rock and a hard place here, but I got to be a dad. And I was like, you know what?
It makes sense.
Exactly.
It isn't like it's adopted kid.
No, exactly. It's not like it's an adopted kid that you don't really have to care about. Insensitivity again on the No Holds Barred podcast. So in any case, he ended up canceling the event. And then you go on Facebook, and all these guys on the internet, they're just like, Kevin Smith's a dick, and they didn't sell enough tickets, so he just canceled the event, and it's just like, there's so much more shit of consequence that's going on in the world at the very second that you took to type out and to just like for you to be that dick for 2 minutes towards a guy that, like him or hate him, is one of the more genuine motherfuckers you're gonna find anywhere. It just, I don't know. It just, people fucking bug me. And I know we've said this on this podcast a couple of times, but some people are just dicks. Like, I mean, I get it. You invested money into this, and there was people that are like flying in from different places in Canada and shit to come in to see it. And some of them say they have non-refundable plane tickets, which doesn't make a ton of sense to me.
That does make sense.
Why would you buy non-refundable plane tickets ever if you had the choice?
I don't know.
Man, I mean, maybe some people didn't have the choice, but if you had the choice, why would you ever, even no matter how much money you were saving, why would you ever buy non-refundable tickets? What if you would have had a heart attack? What if something would have happened that you couldn't go? It's like, well, there goes my money because the tickets are non-refundable. Even if you don't get all of it back, you're going to get most of it back. Why would you ever buy non-refundable plane tickets? So you people are dumbasses. Anyways.
So, I mean, is non-refundable plane tickets, they can't like use that on a different flight.
No refunds, no exchanges, no nothing. And it's just like, why would you do that?
That's the first time I'm hearing of this.
Yeah, like what airline are you flying with? That
yeah, I know.
is like you're buying non-refundable. Like, I mean, even Porter, like the little rinky-dink airline that we have around here, I think all their ticket levels are refundable, and it's just like you're flying a little plane the size of a matchbox, but your tickets are sure as hell refundable. But yeah, I don't know. People are dumb.
Yep.
Anyways, the point of that is Harley Quinn Smith. Good luck at your Battle of the Bands. But yeah, no, people are dicks. Speaking of dicks. Well, we got a couple of stories here that's going to be like people are dicks, but we'll start with the big one.
Okay.
Down in the States, I don't know if you even had any time to look this up to kind of have some idea of what it's talking about, but there's a football player down in the States by the name of Manti Te'o. He's a college football player, played for Notre Dame this year, and was up for the Heisman Trophy. The Heisman Trophy, of course, being the trophy that they award to the best college football player every year.
Heisman
Trophy. Heisman. People in college do drugs. It's the whole reason to go to college. Don't listen to that, any of my students. But yeah, so there's this football player by the name of Manti Te'o or Manti Te'o or Manti Te'o or whatever. I don't know how you pronounce it. Fuck it. I think he's Hawaiian. I do. I think he's Hawaiian. In any case, and the reason that this story is so interesting to me is that it involves an online girlfriend.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Apparently, Mr. Te'o, who I again remind you, the star middle linebacker of a college football team, apparently couldn't find any poon at his school, so he had to find one on the interwebs.
That is very interesting.
It's very interesting, and the story gets much more fucked up from there. So, Manti Te'o apparently meets this girl online, or some accounts say that they met in person. Some say they were introduced by some people. The story is really convoluted and fucked up depending on who you talk to. Exactly.
We know how good that was today, didn't we?
Oh, fuck, buddy. If we get any time, we might just quick toss something about that out there. Yeah. But, so Mr. Te'o is in this relationship with his long-distance girlfriend, who's apparently going to UNLV or something like that. In any case, Mr. Te'o's grandmother passes away in September. So, like, right at the beginning, really, of the college football season. She passes away in early September. And then, like, within a week, apparently, his internet girlfriend dies as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's,
So,
wow.
like, on the surface, this is just like, wow, what a shitty fucking week for this kid.
Voodoo?
Yeah, and it was just like, it was this big, like, inspirational story all year, and he played phenomenally for Notre Dame. He took Notre Dame to the national championship game. They ended up losing, but still, like, Notre Dame hadn't gone to the national championship game in a long time, and it was just like this big inspirational story in sports and everything like that, and everything at this point was gravy. Cue the foreboding music. Dun. Manti Te'o's internet girlfriend apparently never existed. Swerved like an M. Night Shyamalan film. Apparently.
What?
Apparently, she never existed.
So he made her up.
No, hang on. The story continues to get fucked up. When it first came out, and I think it was a story on the website Deadspin, it came out that, like, hey, we have evidence to suggest that this girl never existed. Te'o and his camp, I guess, whatever, his agent and his parents and everything, came out and said Manti was the victim of an elaborate hoax. Someone pretending to be his girlfriend, but not really his girlfriend, and then they said that, or someone said that they died so that they could get out of it.
What?
Exactly.
Somebody stole his laptop. No.
He had phone conversations with this person that was apparently he thought was his internet girlfriend, but apparently wasn't.
Really?
And I guess it was a female voice, or he says they had phone conversations at the very least. Then it comes out that, like, UNLV had no record of this girl's name in their student files or anything like that. So it's like, it was either that they basically came forward and said, oh, it was an elaborate hoax and our son and my client was the victim of this hoax and everything like that. But all the evidence and everything, and like, there's all kinds of inconsistencies in his story.
Yeah.
Like, in one interview, he said, oh yeah, no, we just sort of met randomly on the internet. In another interview, he said that they were introduced by a common friend of his in person. And in another interview, he said, yeah, we were introduced by a common friend, but only online, and we had never met. He said, we had webcam conversations, but I could never see her face because there was, like, a black box or something on the... Like, fucking 13-year-olds could figure this shit out. Exactly.
You said he plays football?
Yes.
Was he hit in the head a lot?
I think he's been hit a couple too many fucking times. Basically, the popular theory now is he just made the whole fucking thing up. That he's just like a fucking pathological liar and made the whole thing up.
From what you're telling me, that seems
it's
to be
kind of
the
what
case.
it sounds like, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's like, it's one of the most fucked up stories in sports right now. And you got to think, like, Lance Armstrong sitting back there. Lance Armstrong just admitted that he was taking performance enhancers all those years. He's just sitting back going, ooh, I'm glad the heat's off me. The story is so fucked up. And you don't really know who or what to believe, but when you read these interviews and it's like you hear like the inconsistencies and it's like he's sounding more and more like a liar with every piece of information that comes out. It's fucked up.
It sounds fucked up.
It's a little...
I haven't had the opportunity to take a look at the articles or anything about that. So,
if you just search for the dudes, just Manti Te'o, and it's just, oh my god, it's so screwed. And like they've, are you familiar with the term Tebowing? Have you ever heard that Tebowing? Named after a football player like Tim Tebow.
I know TiVo, like TV.
TiVo, fair enough. Well, Tebowing in football is like, there's this football player, Tim Tebow, and he's very, very religious.
Right.
So like whenever they would like score a touchdown or something, Tebowing is tilting your head down and putting your tilting your head down and putting your fist on your forehead like you're praying, like with your eyes
closed. Kind of like
and stuff.
the Iron Man.
Yeah, exactly. Like Iron Man, except you're praying.
Well, no. Kind of like that guy who's thinking.
Oh.
Iron, like, what?
The Thinker?
The Thinker.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Not Iron Man.
No, fair enough.
You know what I mean.
Little Iron Man for you. But the Thinker, exactly. Nick's just leaning his head on his microphone. Like, oh God, I can't wait for this to be over so I can go drink. No, fair enough.
No.
But so, I mean, he does that after they score a touchdown.
Okay.
Well, now there's a new pose that's called Te'oing after this Manti Te'o thing. Yeah. And it's just somebody going like this with no one here.
Just draping your arm over the air.
Just draping your arm over a fake pair of shoulders, and it's called Te'oing.
Nice.
God, it's funny.
Nice.
The first couple times I saw it on Twitter, I just died. And I came up with this tweet a little while back that I actually thought was really, really clever. I said that I was currently in talks to acquire the movie rights to the Manti Te'o girlfriend story, and I said the budget was surprisingly low because I don't have to hire an actress.
I saw that tweet. I'm just like, what? I don't understand this until now, and it's hilarious.
There you go. You want a little more hilarity? Who doesn't want more hilarity, right?
Yeah.
Fair enough. And this is going to be extra hilarious for you because you're going to be able to relate to it at least a little bit. We know, and we've talked about on this podcast, we've talked about a couple of Nick's run-ins with bar staff.
A couple.
Just a few. Well, Nick, you, sir, have nothing on Big City Ken. Big City Ken is a man who we can only assume hails from Toronto. And he was at this bar in Peterborough called Spanky's. I kind of want to go to this bar.
Ooh.
Just, yeah. I don't know.
A bar called Spanky's.
Exactly. You walk in, the very first thing that happens is just, yeah, this is the kind of bar I want to be in. And so apparently he was in this bar, and he got a little too inebriated, and the fine staff of Spanky's in Peterborough, Ontario, asked him to leave. Well, eventually he left, but he didn't want to leave it there. He wanted to really leave his mark.
They asked him to leave. They didn't come back. They didn't come up to you like in Peddlers and twist your arm around your back and.
I don't think they had to do that.
Take you out.
Yeah, I don't think they had to do that with Ken. Maybe
there was no
provocation for it whatsoever.
No provocation for that at all.
No,
I kind of wish
fucked
I went
up.
back.
That was kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
I don't really know where that came from, or any of that stuff. Like it was just that was kind of messed up. But no, I don't think there was any arm twisting with Mr. Ken.
Okay.
I think Mr. Ken left of his own volition, but again, he really wanted to leave his mark. So what he did was he made use of his cellular telephone.
Always a good thing.
And left a few creative messages on the Spanky's voicemail.
Nice.
Which were discovered by the Spanky's manager the next day. And he, in typical smart Canadian fashion, put them on YouTube.
Well, of course, why wouldn't you?
Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen, with, of course, permission from the Spanky's downtown staff. Please enjoy the messages of Big City Ken.
And trust me, it's 11:41. You don't even have a fucking clue who the fuck you fucked with tonight. You're all out of a job in the morning, man. Trust me, I will close your business overnight. You fucking cock-sucking fuckers. Yeah, the guy with the Canada shirt. Have a nice night. Fuck, trust me, 11:42 at night. Fuck you guys.
Literally
fuck
a minute
me. You
later.
wanted to burn me for $6.25 for a fucking beer and a 75-cent tip. You're shut down in the morning. Fuck, no doubt. Spanky's, you're gone. Fuck, end of fucking story. You cocksucking fuckers. Don't worry. You wanted to steal my fucking pack of smokes on the table as well.
Oh, don't fuck with the
good,
smokes.
man. Trust me, man. I shut you down. Fucking in the morning. You're all out of a job. See ya. Thanks for coming out, you fucking goddamn disrespectful fuckers. In Peterborough, I ain't from this city, and I'll tell you, you're going to fucking learn a lesson in life real quick now.
Yeah, you might think that's the end, but no, he had some more.
11:45, you fucked the wrong cat tonight, trust me, man. You fuckers are done, man. How far whoever fucking whatever, you're done overnight. You're fucking employees, you cocksucking fucking cunts. My name's Ken. They know who I am. You fucking shoot me, you cocksuckers, and read me.
What?
You're done. Fuck,
They
I came
shot him?
from the big city. Fuck Peterborough, you fucking turkeys. You're done. Thank your employees, you cocksucking fucking immigrants.
Whoa! Wait for it.
Trust me, I don't know who owns that place, but you're fucking shut down as tomorrow morning because of your fucking goddamn disrespectful fucking employees. Don't worry, my name's Ken. I'm the guy with the Canada shirt in the morning. Thanks for fucking coming out in Peterborough, you fucker.
Well, he's got to be done, right?
Your employees want to fuck me over this evening. Welcome to my world, you fucking cocksuckers. Fuck. Record this, whatever, man. Welcome to the hiccups. Help Canada. Here I come, you fucking goddamn degenerates. Thank your employees, you fucker. You want to tag me for fucking $6.25 and a fucking 75-cent tip?
That's
and dump
what he's
it out
mostly
on me?
pissed off about.
Welcome to my world. I came
$6.25
from
for
the
a
big
beer.
city. Fucking welcome to your new hiccups, assholes.
And you could tell he's kind of getting a little tired at this point. He was a little slower.
Trust me, I'm shutting your establishment down ASAP, fuck. I warned your employees they want to fuck with me, man. Don't ever fucking take my power, dude. I
Never
came
take
from the
my
big
power.
city.
Came
I don't
from
know
the
who
big
owns
city.
that fucking shit, and I don't really care. Your fucking employees have disrespect for everybody in life. Fuck them. Shoe you all, man. Trust me, you're shut down overnight. Fuck. I am Ken. Goodbye. Canada. Fuck. I love it.
You figure he's got to be done, right?
Trust me, I'm the guy who welcomed you to your new hiccups tonight and as per fucking in the future. Your employees fucking tainted me this evening. Trust me, man. I came from the big city. Look the fuck out. You don't have a clue who the fuck I am. I tried to warn them, but no, they want to fucking whatever. Hold power that night. I hold power always, fuck, man. Standard guard for me.
Oh, my.
Stand on guard for me. That is the majesty of Big City Ken, and that's the majesty of drunks in Canada. I hold power always.
I hold power always.
You cocksucking fucking cunts. Trust me. Right? The last one at the end is the best one. It's just like, trust me. It's like he's pretty well at the point where he's dead. I just got kicked out of the fucking lower deck. And I'm going home. Because I'm done.
I've had enough.
Oh, yeah, I've had enough. I thought you would appreciate that, sir. Just so you know that, like, there's other people out there that's...
yeah.
We've all been in that spot.
I've grown up.
That was the first time I pulled on my headphones this episode. That's not bad. That's pretty good. That's like 40, almost 42 minutes.
Good. See, I've grown up, though.
That's true.
That's an older gentleman.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it's Ken in the Canada shirt.
Yeah, Ken in the Canada shirt.
Fuck Canada. I love it. I hold power always.
Stand on guard for me.
Stand on guard for me. God damn it. Once again, that sound clip was, of course, used with permission from Spanky's Bar in Peterborough, Ontario, and we thank the members of Spanky's, first of all, for putting that on the internet in the first place, and then allowing us, as well as Jay and Dan, of course, on the Jay and Dan podcast with TSN, to use that audio on their podcasts. And I just thought that our listeners would greatly appreciate Big City Ken. And Ken, if you happen to be listening to this podcast, we would love to have you on the podcast so you can just give your side of the story and tell us why these cocksucking fucking immigrants who don't have any respect and tried to take your power, why you got so upset with them in the first place. I mean, we know about the $6.25 and the 75-cent tip.
Yeah, wow.
But, like, something else must have happened. You said something about being shot or stabbed or stealing your smokes.
Yeah, stealing smokes off the table, stealing your thunder. You know, what's up with that?
Trust me. Well, now that we've had our fill of Big City Ken for the day.
That was quite awesome.
Yeah, I wanted to bitch for a second about American Idol before we get on to our CraigsList segment, which we'll probably use to end the show.
I've watched American Idol once.
In your whole life?
Yes.
Right on. Do you remember how long ago that was? Like, was it the early American Idol seasons? Or?
Yeah. And I've never watched it after.
That's a good point.
American Idol kind of reminds me of Lost.
Really?
Yeah.
In what way?
Lost was good at the beginning, and then it became repetitive and stupid and it made no sense for a couple seasons.
All right, fair enough.
And then it ended with questions.
That was fantastic.
And it's kind of like American Idol because it started off good, got repetitive, and then somebody won, and you're like, why the fuck did they win?
Right on. Wow, I've never heard anyone make that analogy before. I think that's probably a worldwide first. I don't think anyone has ever compared American Idol with Lost, but I think it was fucking beautiful, sir.
Nice.
That's good stuff. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to bitch about American Idol for a few minutes, I guess. And it's basically the same thing that Nick said. It was just like, and I bitch about it because they've just started their new season. And there's one judge that's still there from like the original seasons, and that's Randy Jackson.
Really?
Like Simon's been gone for a few seasons.
People cry.
Exactly. So I mean, Simon's not there anymore to be the mean, abominable prick, and Paula Abdul is not there to just be fucking drunk out of her fucking mind, telling Simon, "Oh, you're so mean," and "Oh, honey, you're just not right for this competition, but I love you and you're great." And then you had Randy Jackson over there that was like, "Yo, dog, I really dug that, dog, but you might not be right for this one, dog. But I mean, I feel ya, and I got tons of respect for you, dog, and yeah." And the only one that's still there is Randy Jackson saying "dog." And now it's just like the dynamic with the judges is fucking terrible. Do you know who the judges are now?
Who?
Randy Jackson is still a judge, as I mentioned. But the other judges on the show are Keith Urban, who is a country singer.
Seriously.
Yeah. Keith Urban. Mariah Carey, who, when Mariah Carey sings, it sounds like a gopher caught in a bear trap. It does. She's like, "Wow." That's my Mariah Carey impression. And it's just like, it does sound like a fucking gopher caught in a bear trap. And Nicki Minaj. And when I look at Nicki Minaj, it's like, I look at Nicki Minaj when I want to see what the world would be like if aliens took over. Nicki Minaj just looks fucking weird to me. She's got that painted on orange Jersey Shore tan, and her hair is never the same from one 10-second clip to another. It's just like people just jump in like ninjas and change her hair every 10 seconds. I thought Lady Gaga was bad for different looks, but like Nicki Minaj just looks like a goddamn train wreck. And she's one in a long line of these musical artists that would be nowhere if it wasn't for like synthesizers and auto tuning and all that shit. Like, I don't think a cappella she has a good singing voice at all. I think she's got a package that can be marketed, and her voice can be modulated and changed to sound a certain way.
There are a lot of those out there.
And there's a lot of them. There's way too many of them in music. But this season of American Idol is going to be garbage. We can tell just right from the goddamn beginning that this season's going to be terrible. What you looking for, sir?
Just making sure something's still on.
Oh, well, that would be positive. That everything is actually on and working. To make sure our podcast gets where it needs to go. So right now we're sitting at about 47 and a half minutes.
Yeah.
And we've gone through pretty well everything except the greatest segment in the history of podcasting, which is the CraigsList segment.
CraigsList.
Again, to set this up for you, if you've never watched the podcast before. Well, first of all, if you've never watched the podcast before, what the hell is wrong with you?
Where have you been?
Exactly.
We've been 9 episodes in.
Exactly.
Go back, listen to them.
Fuck Canada. Fuck. I love it.
Canada. Fuck yeah.
All right. Exactly. America. So again, if you've never listened to the podcast before, we look at the Halifax CraigsList. We look in the personal section under casual encounters. Because let's face it, that's where all the fucking funny ones come from. Because it's supposed to be all the people that aren't hookers trying to find sex. And just quite frankly, it's just pretty fucking funny.
Yeah.
So, and we skipped this for one episode, but then we brought it back for the last one, and we figure we'll just keep doing it. So we're going to just keep looking down here till we find a funny ad. I got one here called Attractive and Lonely, Where's My Match? I don't think you're going to find it on Craigslist, my dear.
Don't think so.
Okay. Attractive and Lonely, Where's My Match? A 21-year-old female, wink wink, in the Halifax area. I'm down to do almost anything if I find the right guy. I am seeking an anal-oriented guy for fun.
What?
So you want a guy that, like, as soon as he comes to talk to you, he bends over and he gives you the Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber, like, or Ace Ventura or whatever it was when he bent over and talked with his ass. I can't remember which one it was. I'm seeking an anal-oriented guy
that
for
was
fun.
Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura, was it? Right on.
Yeah.
See, that's why I keep you around, so you know this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Not interested in being with your girlfriend, so don't ask. If he has a girlfriend, he shouldn't be trying to get in touch with you. This is what's wrong with humanity, you cocksucking fucking cunt. Got a little big city Ken in me there, sorry. Email me if interested. So we'll just copy and paste that email address for old Nick.
Yeah,
because he is an anal oriented guy.
Oh God, asshole mio.
I am Cornholio. Really, this girl's looking for Cornholio.
She is.
I need some TV for my bunghole. We got another ad here called Drunk Texting. There's no age attached to this, which means she's old as fuck.
You
if it's actually a girl.
Texting? I can do drunk texting.
Oh, we can do. Oh yeah, you betcha. Here, drunk, wanna TXT someone to entertain me. Yes, because adding that extra E would have just been way too much time wasted. This girl actually has very good spelling for the fact that her grammar is shit, but there's no real misspelled words in here anywhere. Whoa. Like she's saying text TXT, but she's doing that intentionally.
Yeah.
And like you are like it's not like she's misspelling a shit ton of words. She's just lazy as balls.
Well, that's what autocorrect is for.
No, that's true. That's fair. Here, drunk, want to text TXT someone to entertain me. And maybe one day when I'm home and my husband's working, you can come over and do me. Well, that escalated quickly.
Whoa.
We went from drunk texting to someday just come fuck me. Email me with TXT in subline with your number. Yeah, because I betcha this is a girl. Jesus Christ. How dumb are some people? I'm a BBW BTW.
What?
She's a big, beautiful woman, by the way. But that's just awkward. I'm a BBW BTW. Shut up. So you know. So I know what? The ad just ends right there. I'm a BBW BTW, so you know.
so you know.
So you know that you're under investigation by the government? Like, what? You got to end that sentence somewhere.
Moving on.
Not worth any more time. Good Life Fitness. Any guys go? Okay. Does anyone go to Good Life Fitness? I'm open to having someone go with me to keep me motivated. I'm attractive and I've worked out for around 6 years.
I bet you have.
I bet you are and I bet you have.
So really, what? No sex?
I think this girl's misunderstanding the point of Craigslist. You know what's even worse than people that use Craigslist for sex?
What?
People that misunderstand the use of Craigslist for sex. Let's see. Looking for love and all the fixings.
All the fixings.
Ooh.
Like turkey.
I was going to say, I'm a fat kid, so I love this shit. Looking for love and all the fixings. This is a 24-year-old woman, wink, wink.
Cranberry sauce?
Cranberry sauce. I'm sure it's going to be involved somehow. Have done this before, and I'm doing it again. Thanks for your life story. I'm looking for a man that likes the outdoors, likes going for walkes. Yeah. Or like walkies? Like, what? I don't know. She had an E in there. She can't fucking spell. Maybe she should take spelling lessons from the drunk lady. That like to watch movies and cuddling. God, I hate bad grammar. Bad grammar is like the worst thing in the fucking world to me.
Well, you are a teacher.
Well, I am a teacher. I mean, it's such a pet peeve, and it really takes my boner away when I'm on Craigslist when girls can't spell right. You can't be an alcoholic or on drugs or smoke.
Oh.
Weed is okay because I smoke for pain management. Well, okay, I understand. But you also just said you can't be on drugs or smoke. That fails to fulfill 2 of your 3 criteria that you literally just mentioned.
It's true.
But weed is okay because I smoke it for pain management. I fucking bet you do. I have a family that I love, so I am family oriented. But I'm looking for a hookup on Craigslist. I have a family that I love, so I'm family oriented. She's 24. This is a girl to stay away from, guys. Because you go over, you hit that shit once, and she's going to have a baby. She's going to have 6 babies.
Stay away.
Stay away from it, guys. Stay away. Nick knows. Nick has illegitimate children all over HRM.
God, don't even know where they are anymore. They haven't texted me.
They haven't TXT'd you?
No.
Let's see. Let's try to find one more. I think we looked at the used panties one last time, so.
Yep.
Here's one called Pantyhose.
Looking for a big cock.
Oh, yeah. Looking for a big cock to fuck me with hubby. This is a 30-year-old woman, wink, wink, apparently in Bedford.
Ooh. You used to live in Bedford.
Nice. Come over, C-U-M, of course, because this is a classy lady right here. She wants to class this up. And do me with my BBF. What's BBF?
Black best friend?
My big black friend?
I hope it's BBF. I hope she's not big.
Come over and do me with my big bonsai fern. Now you won't regret this. There's famous last words. Oh, come on, you won't regret it. All right. He usually doesn't let me do this, but it's my B-day. Oh, it's for her birthday, for her 30th birthday, her BBF, whatever the hell that means.
I think it's
big beautiful fiance.
I think it might be just boyfriend, and she put 1, 2 maybe.
But she said hubby. It's like it's her husband. So does she have a husband, a boyfriend, and a big black friend? This lady gets around.
She does, and she's looking for one more.
Hey, fair enough. It's like that episode of Friends. He usually doesn't let me do this, but it's my birthday. Well, happy birthday, you tramp. Big ones only.
Oh, I'm out.
You have that on your Facebook profile, don't you? Big ones only. No. I thought it was you, sir. I thought it was you. What are we at? Well, you know what? We're at 57 minutes, and it might be a treat for the audience to give them a podcast of under an hour.
You think?
I think it might be a treat for them.
You think? Okay. We might be able to do that.
We should be able to do that, I think.
I think. You know what we haven't heard from?
What's that?
The Sheik.
Oh my God, we haven't heard from Sheik.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of one that I haven't played for a while. Because we still only have 6.
Right, fair enough. We gotta get some more Sheiky sound clips in here somewhere.
We do. So let's see. Let's try this one.
Fire away.
Fuck tomorrow! You not fucking on come tonight! Fucking bullshit!
I'm glad you played that, because that's actually my favorite.
Really?
Oh, I love that clip.
Excellent.
I love it very much.
Excellent.
All right, kids, 58 and a half minutes. We're going to cut this off just barely prior to an hour. So we're going to drag this out for another minute or so. But we want to thank you guys, of course, always for coming on, listening to the podcast. Remember, we hold power always. We're from the fucking big city.
We are.
And, you want to burn me for $6.25 and 75-cent tip? Just for listening to this podcast.
Just for listening for this podcast.
We are the No Holds Barred Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. YouTube.com/user/No Holds Barred Podcast. Twitter.com/NHB_podcast. Ustream.tv/channel/No Holds Barred -podcast and No Holds Barred -hangout.
for the Last Man Standing podcast.
Exactly, for the Last Man Standing podcast. So check out, again, both this podcast and Last Man Standing, our YouTube-exclusive professional wrestling podcast. Did we miss anything?
I think you got it.
I think we nailed it.
Yeah. I think
Ladies
you
and
nailed
gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to our 1 hour of rambling. We really appreciate it, and we will see you later.
Yes, we shall see you later. Stand on guard for me.
Stand on guard for me. Fuck. Canada. I love it.